Hey guys, how are you? So I spent all week trying to slug through this book. This is awful, and it's like 511 pages. So because of that, I spent 7 days on this one book. I am very behind on my reading for the month. So we're gonna make a big reading weekend, and I'm gonna try to get through as many books as I possibly can this weekend. So first things first is Pollyanna. It's nice and short, very cute, very sweet. I should be able to get through this in a few hours and check back in then. Next is Tarzan of the Apes. I have this on audiobook as well, so I can read it while I am like doing chores and stuff like that, because my house is also a mess and I need to clean my house, so I can read this physical copy and or audiobook. Then I have two modern books that are due at the end, or due next weekend, back at the library, that I need to get through this weekend, which is Recursion by Blake Crouch, which was the winner of science fiction category on Goodreads 2019, and then The Lost Man, which was the highest rated in mystery and suspense for Goodreads 2019. So got to get through both of these this weekend. And then The Unhoneymooners is my book club book of the month, and I need to read at least this week's chapters for it for this weekend. Everybody else in my book club apparently fell in love with this and couldn't put it down and read well past the chapters, but I'm going to just try to get through the chapters because I got a lot of other reading to do. If somehow magically I get through all of those, I will add on extra books in this video for you guys, but you're gonna keep up with me this weekend as I read through all of these books. Done. I cried a lot. You'd see my tissues there, and you could probably see my red eyes. The end of this book was so sad. Next, we are reading Recursion. I'm back. It's done. It is like 7 p.m. so I could probably get another book in today. I will discuss more on this book at the end of the month wrap up. It was very different from what the synopsis kind of makes it seem. It was very weird, and I don't know if I like it or not. Like, I really don't know if I like this book or not. We'll see. We will see. So, that's that. Next, I am going to read, where should it go? The Unhoneymooners, which is my book club book for the month. I'm only going to read chapters 1 through 7 because that's the called for chapters for this week, and I've got other shit to do, even though everybody says that they can't put the book down and they're gonna read it all the way through. Some people have already finished it. It's like an entire month for book club, and some people in my book club have read this in 8 days. Hello, it's Sunday. I didn't update you yesterday after finishing my chapters for The Unhoneymooners because I had a horrible migraine. So I ended up going to bed fairly early, which means I got up this morning pretty early. I've been watching YouTube and drinking coffee this morning, which I'm going to continue until I finish my coffee. But I wanted to update you that Tarzan is going to be the book that I start with today. I need to clean my house, and I have this on audiobook, so I'm gonna stick in my AirPods and I'm gonna walk around the house and clean and listen to this, and I may end up finishing it in, what is the word that I'm looking for? In like physical book form. I don't know why that was so hard to say. I may end up finishing it in physical book form, but I'm at least start it. It's an audiobook so I can get everything cleaned. And yep, that's the update for now. I will meet back up with you when I'm done with this. It is just after 3 p.m. on Sunday, and I am 4 hours and 23 minutes into Tarzan of the Apes. I have mostly cleaned my house. I've dusted and everything like that. I still need to sweep and vacuum, but I was kind of taking a break because why not? I live by myself. I can do what I want. I am going to shower, wash my hair, all that kind of fun stuff today. And then I think I'm gonna move to reading A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce. The next book technically on my list after Tarzan is K by Mary Roberts Reinhardt, but I have been reading that at work as an ebook, so it's easier just to keep that as an ebook and read the next physical copy book that I have, which is A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, which is a very, very short story. It's not really that short. It's like 100 pages, I think, but I'll read that next. And then after I finish that, then I will probably go back to the audiobook and vacuum and sweep everything in the house. And I've got a paint by numbers thing that I've been working on, and I can listen to an audiobook while I'm painting that. I'll show you how far I am with it. This is what we have of my paint by numbers so far. It's a puppy, I'm sure you can tell. But I've been painting on that and then listening to an audiobook at the same time, so it gives me something else to do. So likely shower, wash my hair, read James Joyce, paint for a little bit, and then I think I'm gonna move on to The Last Man by Jane Harper. And I think this is probably, like, finishing this and finishing Tarzan, one of the two of those is going to be like the last of the weekend type things, because it is Sunday afternoon. So we'll see. I will update you whenever I've finished something. But until then, we have no idea what I'm doing. It's Monday. I didn't update you yesterday because I didn't finish any book, so I'm going to give you a very quick update of where I am with all the books I'm reading. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little weird. I am very congested. I think it's allergies because I don't feel sick. I just can't breathe very well. So, Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce. I am just under halfway through with it. I've got about 100 pages left. I am reading it in my Norton Anthology of English Literature, which is the most absurd way to read a book ever, but that's how I have it. It's free. I'm not arguing with it. I'm also reading an e-book of K by Mary Roberts Reinhardt. I am about 30% of the way done with that novel. I am listening to Tarzan of the Apes on audiobook. I have 2 hours and 30 minutes left in the book, and I have completed just under 7 hours of it. And that's everything I'm in the middle of now. I am going to read James Joyce some more tonight and hopefully be finished with that, or at least get another really good chunk of it done. Hello, I am here with my YA Book of the Month box. Yay. Now, I don't remember which book I picked, so this is going to be a surprise to both of us, but I was just watching some YouTube videos about the YA Book of the Month, And I know I didn't pick the tattoo book. And I'm sure you're all like, but Ari, you're covered in tattoos. Why didn't you pick the tattoo book? Because the tattoo book sounded stupid, so I didn't want to read it. So let's see what I actually did pick. Scary Knife. I chose this book that's covered with a bookmark. This is All the Stars and Teeth. Scary Knife again. We have to put it away so we don't accidentally cut ourselves, because I'm likely to do that. All right. There we go. All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. I don't remember what this is about. Let's read the synopsis together. As princess of the island kingdom of Visidalia, it's like hyphenated, and it's a weird word, which makes it very hard to read. Amora Montera has spent her entire life training to be High Animancer, the master of souls. The rest of the realm can choose their magic, but for Amora, it's never been a choice. To secure her place as heir to the throne, she must prove her mastery of the monarch's dangerous soul magic. When her demonstration goes awry, Amora is forced to flee. She strikes a deal with Bastian, a mysterious pirate. He'll help her prove she's fit to rule if she'll help him reclaim his stolen magic. But sailing the kingdom holds more wonder and more peril than Amora anticipated. A destructive new magic is on the rise. And if Amora is to conquer it, she'll need to face legendary monsters, cross paths with vengeful mermaids, and deal with a stowaway she never expected, or risk the fate of Visidia? Visidia? We're gonna go with Visidia. Or risk the fate of Visidia and lose the crown forever. It sounds like young adult fantasy, and I like young adult fantasy, so I'm down to read this. Hello, it is Valentine's Day, February 14th. I don't have to go into work for 4 days, but I will be working from home Saturday and Sunday. So I kind of have a 4-day weekend, but then I kind of really don't. So I didn't update you throughout the week because it's kind of the same old boring thing where I work most of the day and then I might read for an hour or two in the evening. So this is just a 2-weekend reading vlog. And because it's Friday and it's kind of the weekend for me because I'm home all day, I'm going to update you on what I read this week. I finished the audiobook for Tarzan of the Apes. I finished reading an ebook of K by Mary Roberts Reinhardt. I finished The Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce. And I read a short story by Susan Glaspell called A Jury of Her Peers. And that leaves 3 books left for my 1911 to 1920 reading challenge this month, and hopefully I will be able to finish them this weekend. And those are Sunflower by Eula Crudi, A Damsel in Distress by P.G. Wodehouse, and The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. Again, this is 3 books. It's not that long. So those are those 3 books. I may be able to finish them this weekend. I may not. I do also need to read The Lost Man by Jane Harper this weekend because it is due back at my library on the 18th. So I have 4 days to read this. So this is my number one priority. This is probably what I'm going to be reading next. As far as updates go, this is what you're gonna see. Then I also need to read the chapters for the Unhoneymooners that I have. I want to get it done by Friday or Saturday night, but it's not like huge high priority. We'll see. And that is the book plan for this weekend. I also maybe kind of started playing XCOM 2 again. So I stayed up till 3 in the morning last night playing XCOM 2 instead of doing anything productive. So I'm probably going to spend a whole lot more time playing XCOM instead of reading like I should. So it may be that the only book I get through this weekend is The Lost Man, just because I kind of have to get through this weekend. But I will be updating you as the weekend goes on, and see you in the next clip. Okay, so I don't normally do hauls a lot on my channel because I don't really buy like books in bulk. It's if I'm buying a book, it's specifically for something I'm already reading most of the time. Sometimes I just buy things because I want to, but the vast majority of time, if I'm purchasing a book, you've already seen it in a TBR. But this is my exception. This is called Australia, and it's a romance anthology, and all proceeds for the sales of this book goes to firefighters and wildlife affected by the Australian fires. So I bought this without any real intention of reading it anytime soon, but as a way to support Australia and the firefighters and the authors who like gave short stories for this. So it's a thick one. I love reading anthologies because I'll find a short story and then I'll just go after the author, be like, well, I really like how this person writes and I want to read more of their work. So I like anthologies. I'm not the biggest romance reader, but I don't have anything against it. So I'm very excited about this. If you are interested in supporting firefighters, wildlife, or just people in Australia, I will put a few links in the description box below. It will be just charities that you can just donate straight to, and then I will put the Amazon link for this. You do buy it on Amazon, and you can buy it as a physical copy like I have, or you can buy it as a Kindle edition if you don't want a really big physical copy. But all of that info will be down below. Hello, so I'm the worst vlogger ever. It's Monday, and I ended up spending the weekend with a friend instead of, you know, reading and vlogging like I had planned to do. I also worked Saturday and Sunday for a few hours both days, but mostly I screwed around. I did get a little bit of reading done, so I am going to talk about that with you right now. So I finished The Lost Man, or read through, I guess, The Lost Man by Jane Harper as part of my 2019 Goodreads Challenge reading thing, and this book sucked. I didn't like it. I also read more of The Unhoneymooners for my book club. I don't know how well you can see this. I got just a little bit more to go. I will probably finish it later this week, but I have until Saturday to finish it for the book club, so it wasn't a huge rush to finish that. I also started Sunflower by Eula Crudi, and I am that far in. I don't know how easy this is to tell, which is my 1918, I think. I'm not 100% sure. It's either 1918 or 1917 read for this month, and this is really effing weird, and I really like it. So that is my update. I'm sorry for being the worst vlogger ever. I will see you Saturday. I have no idea what video I'm filming for Saturday, and I will try to do a better vlog for next week.